By far, you're worse than
Yeah,
Prince.
most definitely. So do you want to get slammed real quick or what?
Bro, you're going to lose to Prince, dude.
Anyway, so do you want to get slammed real quick or what? What's up?
Do you want to die?
You want to get slammed real quick? Okay, Stanley. Okay, SpongeBob. Come on. What do you want to run? I use Mike Tyson's left nutsack here. This is the same thing I'm very toxic with. I'm gonna bury you with it.
Okay, cool. So, all right, cool. So, do you agree that Madoka is a concept?
Yes, I do.
Okay, do you agree that she exists throughout all points of time?
No.
Okay, what's this?
She's a concept that she has to exist outside of time.
No, her avatars.
Crazy.
Avatars.
His own scans. Crazy, dumbass nigga.
Madoka exists as a concept, right? We just agreed to that. Let's not be retarded.
Yes, and avatars and concepts can have avatars.
So no. Since we agreed that Madoka is a concept, I don't grant that
concepts
she exists
can
across all time.
Avatars.
No, it can't. Not if it's subjective.
Wait, but it's wait. But you said
chill,
earlier that
chill,
Madoka doesn't exist physically because the scan says that she became a concept. What the fuck?
Wait, hold on, wait.
Relax.
Wait, hold on, wait. Madoka.
Relax.
Hold on, Madoka isn't a subjective concept.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, your intelligence is a subjective concept,
no,
because it does not exist.
Wait, can you prove that?
Chill. Exodus. No, chill. Here, you want me to prove Madoka is a subjective concept?
Yes.
Sure. Here, where somebody
your intelligence is a platonic concept.
Relax. Yeah, it's my turn now. Yo, I'm gonna need somebody to send me that scan again. In general, what's the name?
Don't get some fake ass.
The concept scan.
No, I'm gonna use the same. Yeah, I'm gonna use the same scan he used.
Yeah,
watch this. This nigga's gonna buckle on his knees. His knees is gonna buckle on this. So watch this. Yo, somebody send it in general.
Look at chat.
Wait,
look
this
at
one
scans.
here. I just sent it.
Thanks. Here. Okay. It says the existence that is you will shift up a level, becoming only a concept. There will be no proof nor memory that you will have ever existed in this world. Meaning, not only was it retarded to claim that she. Wait a minute. You're gonna let me make the point. Look, he's already afraid. His knees are buckling. His ankles are trembling. There will be no proof or memory that you will have ever existed in this world. So no, she doesn't exist across all time. That's why I said that's retarded, because she came a concept. So you have to agree with that. Also, it says no one will ever be aware that you existed, and you will never be able to affect the world again. Meaning that this type of existence isn't necessarily above the concept. It's below the concept. Her conceptual existence is subjective because she no longer has an impact on the universe or affectation on the physical world or time at all. So not only does she wait a minute. So not only does that mean that she can't exist across all time, it means that she can't exist as a concept that supersedes reality.
This is the most low tier argument ever. So
defeat it.
Wait, no. Exodus, chill.
I'm about to.
This argument that I've never heard before, and my knees are buckling to. I can't address this. Oh my god.
Are you done?
Tensei, give me strength.
Oh, by the way, Mono, did you know that Tensei lost to me like fucking 20 minutes ago, whatever? Yeah, you're retarded. You're retarded for a reason, Mono.
Mono, relax.
Alright, anyway.
Yo, Mono, go back to not knowing what modus ponens is, son.
Bro, Exility, you're not debating. Like, you already lost. So, like I was saying, yeah, no, so...
Because I already
chill. Wait, Exility, I'm actually eager to hear his response. But can you please just chill for a second?
Anyways, like I was saying,
I want to hear his response on this one.
Okay, not once did I ever say that it supersedes or anything the universe. I never said that. You have no evidence that it's below the universe.
That's
just because,
cool.
bro, I like the fuck.
No, I just need.
Yes, you did by implication of saying that she was an objective concept. You did by implication, you dumb fuck.
Dude, it's not a 2v1. You already got your ass beat. Shut the fuck up. Let me argue.
Yeah, you're right. I ready to destroy the fuck out of you, son. You're right.
Yo, chill, bro. Okay, say that one more time. Start from the beginning. Start from the beginning. Because I ain't hear you. Start from the beginning.
So I never said that it supersedes the universe or it goes beyond the universe. Never said that at all.
So are you agreeing with me?
So you agree?
Let me argue.
So you agree that the concept doesn't supersede the universe, so it necessarily has to be below it?
I can't speak. I can't speak.
I'm asking you a question. I can't ask you a question about your position.
No, you can ask questions when I'm done, bitch. You can ask questions when I'm done. You understand that?
Let me know. Let me know. Let me know when you're done, Your Majesty. Your Majesty,
all right,
Mono.
thank
Your
you.
Grace.
Be quiet.
Let me know when
Go
you're
on
done.
mute. Anyways, like I've been saying, right? There's no evidence that is beyond or is below, and this is a false dichotomy. So just because it's not beyond it does not necessarily mean that it's below it. That's retarded.
Yes, it does.
No, it does. What the fuck? Okay. Anyways, like this is what I'm saying. Low to your argument. This nigga is a low. Okay. Anyway, stop. Calm down.
Do you know the law of excluded middle is?
No, calm down.
No, let me address the retarded thing you said.
Dichotomy, bro. Jesus.
Let me address the retarded thing you said. The law of excluded middle states that for every proposition, its opposite statement must also be true. It's a negative statement.
We're not debating,
I can't address what you said.
No, I'm not done. You made multiple points. I never said we're doing one by one. You made.
I never made multiple points.
Yes, you did.
I said you told me to prove that. You asked me to prove that Madoka has objective existence. I used one scan. The statements in the scan to make one argument. I didn't make multiple, so you don't get to make multiple. We're not playing recess. I'm going to address the retarded thing you said.
No. Then we're not debating if we're doing that because.
You can't let me make multiple points, Daddy Clorox. Oh my god, we can't debate. Oh my god, Tensei, please get him for me. Oh my god,
you're the one who made multiple points. I'm attacking the multiple points.
I made one point.
Bro,
what was the multiple points I made? What was the multiple points?
If you let me talk and address them, you will hear it, fat ass. Just shut the fuck up. So like I was saying, right? This kid, bro.
Awkward. Go ahead.
Anyways, yeah, it's not a false dichotomy because it could simply just be the case that she is excluded from the universe. She's just not a part of it at all. Therefore, she wouldn't even be a part of that dichotomy. Oh no, stop.
Yo, chill.
You can't take.
Relax.
You can't take turns.
Bro, what is with all these soundboards, bro?
Bro, you can't, take turns, bro.
I'm not even focused on you right now, Kage. I'm talking about these things that are soundboarding.
Go on mute.
I'm trying to stop these things from soundboarding, bro. The fuck? Bro, the recording of you responding, quote unquote, to what I said is going to be drowned out by people using shit soundboards.
Server mute the people who's using this out.
Bro, I'm trying. And you was like, oh, no, you need to focus on me.
Damn, shit. This shit's so fucking annoying. So yeah, and even if I were to grant that it's a dichotomy, it doesn't matter. She wouldn't be a part of it because she's not a part of the universe, so she cannot be above or below. But either way,
you try to stop. Stop.
That's not me.
But who is that?
I don't know.
But either way, right?
It wasn't you who played the soundboard, but
oh my god,
it was you recording the sound.
That was you recording the sound. Shut up!
It's frost.
But either way, right? Even if I were to grant that this means she's below the universe or whatever the fuck you're talking about, this doesn't mean that it's subjective. It literally does not mean she's subjective at all. Subjective means mind dependent. This has nothing to do with the mind. But to make it even more clear that she isn't mind dependent, they quite literally say that nobody's going in the world is going to be aware of her. How the fuck is it going to be a mind dependent concept if nobody in the world can even comprehend or even form the idea of her? She can't even be conceptualized, you fucking idiot. Not only that, they also say that she's excluded from the universe, which further supports my point. So she cannot, by it's contradictory for her to be, bro, this nigga can't take turns, bro.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna go on mute. I'm gonna go on mute. My fault, because I do like taking turns. My fault. I didn't know I was unmuted. My fault.
Holy shit. But yeah, this has nothing to do with mind dependent. Yeah. Retardation, bro. But yeah, this has nothing to do with mind dependency or anything like that. You literally didn't even give an argument, even if I were to presuppose that it was below it. So nice tier 99 argument. You suck your ass. We can conclude. Like, we're done, bro.
Nah. You're not running away from this one. You're not running away from this one, Mono. We gonna go over exactly what you said because this was only your second rebuttal to my point, and you now want to conclude all of a sudden. How ironic. Nah, you're getting buried with this one. Yo, Mono, I hope you know that there are only two types of conceptual existence. One that exists superior to dimensionality and one that exists below dimensionality. The status of a subjective concept is the latter, that exists below dimensionality, because subjective concepts don't have objective existence in their ontology. Mute up, bitch. Mute up, son. Mute up, nephew. Okay. That is definitely true. The law of excluded middle. I asked you what law of excluded middle means. You didn't answer because you know that the law of excluded middle is a logical principle that necessarily dichotomizes this subject. Since there are only two ways in which a conceptual thing or a non-physical thing can exist, which is above physicality or below it, let's not be fucking retarded. Let's not say there's some in between, because that would just be dimensionality, you fucking dickhead.
You're black.
In the scan, I proved why it says that she has no effect on the world and nobody will ever remember her. So this type of concept is not one of an ontology that's above physicality. Obviously, it's implying or directly stating verbatim that it's below it. So let's not be retarded. That everything in the scan automatically points to the subjective existence of Madoka. So since they point to the subjective existence of Madoka, I'm not necessarily saying that just off of the law of excluded middle alone that it states this. Even in your own scan, it states this. And the law of excluded middle, I'll say it one more time. For every proposition that's true, its negation as a proposition is also true necessarily. So if I say it's raining, therefore it's wet, then I say it's not raining, therefore it's wet. Those are both true. At least within a certain logical parameters, but Mono's too retarded to know what that is, so I'm not gonna go that far with him. He's saying that it has to be a necessary existence over. Hold on, I need a smoke break because this nigga's retarded. Hold on, where's my fucking I forgot to address the fucking the 1 point shit, the multiple point shit. He can't name multiple points I made because the only argument that I made for Madoka. Are you done? Chill. The only chill. The only argument I made, and other people can attest to this, the recording can attest to this as well, is from within that one scan that he posted beforehand. And I told him that the statements in the scan directly point to this for this reason. That's not multiple arguments, that's a singular argument. If he can point out literally any other argument I made supporting this, or that's adjacent to this or asymmetrical to this, he can get a ban. He can get 2 bans from me. He can't point that out. He can't point where I made multiple arguments.
Are you done?
Nigga's ass.
So, like I was saying,
I thought you wanted to conclude, Mono. Oh, now he wants to address no.
No.
He's getting some confidence back in his system. He got some sugar in his system.
But anyways, like I was saying, I just want to make it clear for any judge that watches this.
We can conclude. But now he got publicly embarrassed. He's like, "Oh no, Clorox, I didn't mean that."
Anyways, you're retarded.
I didn't mean that, Clorox.
Bro, are you done?
Wait, can you say anyways one more time? Because the first 100 times I didn't hear it. Can you please say that again? Anyways, guys.
Okay, are y'all done? Okay. So,
and are you all down? Yes, we're down with your mom under the bed.
Yo, Clorox,
shut the fuck up, bro. You're so corny, bro.
So like I was
Yo, John, you're fucking nigger.
So, Mano, are you gonna address the argument, or are you just gonna hide it back in your hole and crawl piss like a little scared animal?
Y'all are 2v1ing me and just not letting me talk.
I'm not 2v1ing.
I didn't make any argument. I didn't make any
argument. You gotta tell your boyfriend to shut the fuck up, and then you gotta tell your fat ass.
Bro, he didn't make an argument at all. It's true.
You gotta zip it and put it in your pocket, buddy. So, anyways, like I was saying, right? Anyways, like I was saying though. So just because it says no one will be ever aware that you existed and you will never affect the world again does not actually indicate being below something that's retarded as fuck. Something that transcends space and time also cannot affect the world. So that makes literally no fucking sense. Also, yes, buddy, that's what transcends means. Wow, good job. Anyways, like I was saying,
that's not what transcends means.
Okay. Anyways, like I was saying though, the scan itself quite literally says she shifts up a level. I don't know how you can misinterpret that so
now he ran. Okay.
But yeah, and also, like I'm saying, you didn't attack this. It doesn't have to be below or above. It could just be separate. It could be just completely different, just a whole nother thing.
Separate?
You're assuming that,
separate from time and space?
Yes.
So she doesn't exist in time or space across it?
Well, good job. Yes, good job.
Kind of like the thing you were arguing earlier that made no sense.
Clorox. What I'm saying, bro, calm down, buddy. What I'm saying is that the concept doesn't have to be
golden nugget of truth.
Bro, yo, you gotta like, I don't know.
You gotta get to the point. Otherwise, niggas are gonna have fun with your retarded
or Tourette's
arguments
or something. But you gotta calm it down, bro. Calm down your Tourette's.
Get to the point.
Take the medicine. So like I was saying, yeah, take the medicine and then I'll go and.
Actually, I'm gonna take my medicine. Let me take this.
Good, bitch. Anyways, like I'm saying,
the marriage image. I'm gonna take this marriage image.
Keep on taking the medicine ain't working. Take a higher dose. So like I'm saying, right, is that.
Anyways.
You don't have to transcend or descend space and time to be separate from it. That's ignorant. Something can be aspatial and atemporal without descending or transcending space and time. That's completely coherent. There's no contradiction.
What?
Just by lacking spatial and temporal properties, you fucking retard. Like what? Just
if
those
it lacks physicality, it doesn't necessarily be above or below physicality.
What's the argument for that?
Bro, it's literally contradictory to say that it exists in the same state as physicality. The argument
for that? Okay, we can conclude. Good job.
No, I literally already proved it using the law of excluded middle statement. Like for every proposition is true, its negation is also true. So now that we know that a non-physical, law of non-contradiction kind of also accounts for that. But what I'm saying is that for
middle says a proposition.
No, you asked me to prove it. You asked me to prove it. You asked me to prove it. The law of excluded middle. Well, I'll just say it's a logical principle in general that the negation of a statement is true as the statement itself. Like its negation also has to be true necessarily. So you didn't attack that at all.
No, it doesn't.
And if you're saying
that's not what it says.
What?
Yeah, it says a statement is either true or false. It doesn't say it's both true and false at the same time. Are you dumb?
What the? Okay, let me just.
That's a law.
Chill on motor, man.
The law of excluded middle literally says that either.
No. You're not doing this,
man. No, that's literally what it says. It says that any proposition may be either true or false. It cannot be both.
Nah. You're not escaping this one, Mano.
That's
the law of excluded middle is a logical principle stating that for any proposition, its negation or it's true. The proposition is true or its negation is also true necessarily. That's exactly what I said. And you didn't even catch that the first time. And you have the gall to say that it means something entirely different. Now, I know what logical principle you're talking about, but you don't even know the logical principle you're talking about.
I don't know why you said or its negation is also true. It makes it sound weird. I don't know what... Yeah, I agree that, it's either it's true or its negation, it being false, is true, but it cannot be true.
This means the negation statement also has to be true. That's not what you're understanding.
Calm down. Chill out. It cannot be or also kind of indicates that it can be I don't know what that shit's called. It could be a disjunction in which it's either or. It's an and or statement. It's not an and or statement. It's just either or. It cannot be both.
Wow, he's so lost. He actually doesn't know the point.
What also is a conjunction, so that's why I'm confused when you say or it can also be true. That doesn't make sense. That's what I'm saying when you say that it indicates a disjunction that's inclusive, an inclusive disjunction. I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
It's pretty decisive. We can ask anybody in here. The law of excluded middle, I'll even screenshot it and put it in here. There's a principle in logic stating that for any proposition that is true, its negation is also true.
Its negation is also that's false. Also is a conjunction word and it's not. You cannot have both two. That contradicts the law of non-contradiction.
Guys, that's literally no. Shut up. That's literally just the equivalent of saying that either the propositions can either be true or false. That's literally the logical.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying the entire time.
Yeah.
Bro, so learn English and stop saying also. Also is a conjunction word, idiot. That's why I'm saying I'm confused, you fat fuck. But I said multiple times
that logically tracks.
Hold on, chill out. I said
it's either true or false.
Yeah, exactly. That's literally what I said. Oh
what's tell me?
There's no disagreement there.
I literally said that any proposition
I know,
which is either true is either true or false. That's
Mono, one question. What is the negation of objectivity?
Subjective. Pretty sure.
Thank you. You just fucking conceded, you dumb bitch.
Good boy.
How's that?
Because you tried to claim that I was making a false dichotomy earlier by stating that no, you're gonna let me explain why. You asked a question. Now sit back while your knees buckle, and I'll try to tell you, at least try to get it through to you. You know what I'm saying? You just agreed to me that the opposition to objectivity is subjectivity. If Madoka doesn't objectively exist as a concept, how does she exist?
Yeah, bro.
Subjective.
The point.
Thank you.
Saying,
I expect Transcendence. I want Mono to hear. I want to hear it come on his. I want to hear it come on his mouth. He already conceded. I want to hear his part.
She exists objectively, but what I'm saying is that the false dichotomy wasn't.
Oh, so she doesn't. So she doesn't exist between objectivity and subjectivity.
Okay, so this is what I'm saying. You're not tracking the false dichotomy. Bro, can you?
So now you're hopping.
The false dichotomy. No,
the position that
bro, you just didn't, bro. Let me clarify. The false dichotomy.
I know he thinks there's a middle ground between subjectivity and objectivity, but he just claimed right now that Madoka objectively exists, which contradicts his other position that Madoka can't just exist in this middle ground that exists between objective existence and subjective existence. It directly contradicts that. Now he's saying she objectively exists again.
It doesn't. Now let me let me tell you why. So you're confused. The false dichotomy wasn't whether it wasn't.
I need popcorn for this. Hold on, I'll be right back.
The false dichotomy. Okay. Well,
I still got my headphones on. I'm still listening.
All right. So the false dichotomy was that you saying that a concept can only be or something can only be aspatial, atemporal if it's above or below dimensionality. That's the false dichotomy. It doesn't have to be above or below. All that's needed for a spatial being to be aspatial and atemporal. All that's needed for a spatial and atemporal being to be that is simply to lack spatial and temporal properties. It doesn't have to lack spatial and temporal properties due to it being below or above. It can lack it due to other reasons, such as I don't know, fucking reality changing or some shit, or just some other bullshit, right? Or like a magical wish, just like in this scenario, right?
How does reality change and affect the concept? Because reality is physical.
Because what the fuck?
And reality is physical, and you just said that an objective existence. You said conceptual existence, like we already agreed, lacks physical existence. So it can't be on the same. Wait, you just conceded already when you came in there. You didn't understand it, but you already made the dichotomy yourself when you excluded their possibility of physical existence. Obviously, it's a non-physical thing. You weren't that fucking retarded at the beginning.
Oh my god! Reality isn't.
But wait a minute. Wait a minute, Nimano, I listen to you. So that means that it either has to exist in an objective or subjective manner. Please, Mono, tell me, I'm going to continue my point, but please, Mono, tell me one more time, what's the opposite of objectivity?
So like you were saying, right?
Exactly. And what's the opposite? And what's the opposite of objective existence, Mono, one more time?
It's subjective, but what does this have to do with
subjective exists? Thank you. So if I prove that Madoka Magica is to have subjective existence in your scan, but not only that, but logically it has to be the case since the scan proves that she doesn't have objective existence. Tell me again, Mono, what was that? What was that? Tell me again, Mono, what was that thing again that you said was the opposite of objectivity? We all agree
that the opposite of subjectivity is objectivity.
No, the object of objectivity.
He's saying the false dichotomy was for another point.
So I'm
saying,
I remember that. Either you're above time and space or below.
I know, but me attacking
reality.
Bro, Mono, I wasn't even done. I was just responding with Transcendence. I know, like his what his point was. He said, you're saying it necessarily has to either exist above or below. It's a false dichotomy to do that. I just, by his own admission earlier, I think it was 2 arguments earlier, I repeated it again, but basically I said that he made the dichotomy himself when he answered my questions on that. That's why I was laughing that he conceded, because he automatically is removing the possibility himself by claiming that this thing lacks physicality. He made the point for me by saying that this doesn't exist on the same level as reality. He didn't know that he was making that implication when he made that statement. So since he made the implication,
subjective again, bro?
The opposite of objectivity.
So mind dependent.
I mean, that can be the state it exists in because it doesn't necessarily exist in reality.
Yeah, that's what subjective means. But what I'm okay, hold on. So
no, subjectivity is the opposite of objectivity, which is something that exists in reality. So since it doesn't exist in reality, it doesn't exist on the same level as reality. Meaning you made the dichotomy yourself that it necessarily has to be above or below reality.
What does subjective
You're still not attacking that point.
Hold on, what does objective mean?
Objectivity refers to something that is either true or in accordance with reality. Yeah, something that's going to be objective is going to be externally the case.
So you're just saying that. Oh my god. We're done.
I mean that too. Yeah,
but
I'm not taking this mono that seriously.
But your terms are so weird. So you're saying that objectivity is true. Okay, fine. That's not even weird, but so it's true. And
something that's externally the case is that not objective?
Externally the case, yeah.
Don't interject, Tron. Like I'm just fucking.
No, that I mean that is that's fine. But
okay, and you just agreed that subjectivity is the opposite of that, right?
Okay, so are you saying
that it would just below reality because it wouldn't have an existential state?
You're changing your definitions. Okay, so is objectivity? So is objectivity true, external to whatever you're talking about, or externally true? Which one is it?
What?
Is objectivity is are you defining objectivity true because you said that, or external because you were saying that it's like external to things?
I said something. Chill. I said that something. Chill. I said something that was objective was externally true. I don't like. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know if you caught that or not.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. So
I'm not saying I'm not changing my definition. I just said it is also something that is true. Then I asked you the question, hey, is something true not objective? And you was like, no, of course it is. Meaning that you agree with me on what my definition is, but you just questioned it that I was changing definition.
Calm down. So calm down.
I'm like so calm right now.
All right, then stop interrupting me. So you're saying, okay, cool.
Careless. Don't make me have to smoke you. Careless.
Externally, hold on, stop. So stop. So externally true. Cool. So subjective would just be internally false or internally true.
Say it again.
So is subjective internally false or internally true?
Something that's subjective doesn't exist as objectivity. It's the opposition to objectivity. You just agree to that, meaning that it would never have to be
false.
I mean, based on your answer, it would be no, because you said it was the opposite of objectivity. The opposite of something that's true is obviously something that's going to be, false. So you're. Say it again.
This is too complicated. Oh my lord, we're going into a whole nother.
It's not.
No, and it's not that complicated. You just conceded that something that is objective is true, and you said that objectivity is the opposite of subjectivity. What does that mean? Subjectivity is. You just answered your own question.
If we affirm something to be false,
is literally verbatim.
False, like a first order existential properties.
Hold on, bro. I'm not trying to have this IRL debate. You're just disagreeing with what the text says. The text quite literally says that she's a concept.
I'm not disagreeing with the text says. I said that the text supports my position.
The statement is true. Hold on. The statement that she's a concept is true. If that is true, then that means she exists. And then they also say that she's independent from.
Yeah, if she exists as a concept, then she would have to have a subjective existence.
If she's independent to the universe, then that means she's external. She's external to what? Wait, hold on. When you define objectivity,
time and space, which negates your first point saying that she exists across all time and space, which was retarded.
I'm confused. So when you say objectivity, when you define it, you say it's externally true. External from what? The mind? Like mind? Like, yeah, the mind?
If you can catch it one more time. I don't know how many times you're going to agree with me on this.
How is something true independent from space and time? So do you, bro, what?
Say it again.
So is it? So you think this is your definition of objectivity? Because I'm so confused. Because your definition of objectivity is externally true, and it's external from space and time.
Mono, we don't have to complicate things. You just agreed.
I don't know what your semantics are. You had the weirdest semantics.
You just it's on recording. You just I'm gonna make it as I'm trying to make it as simple as possible for you, Mono, because I know you're still in 8th grade or whatever. Mono, you agreed to me that something that's objective is going to be true, and you said that out of your own mouth. You agree with me.
Is it
now
true
that you've agreed with me?
True, bro. These are two different fucking propositions. Is it true or is it externally true? Yeah. Which one is it, bro? These are two propositions. Stop conflating them, bro.
What's the difference between true and externally true to you?
Something can be subjective, bro. Well, I don't, bro. Oh my god, I don't know what external means in this case. Is external from what, nigga?
External. Oh my god, this nigga's so fucking retarded. Let me take
what is it external to the mind, nigga? Because something can be true in the mind. And if it's true from the mind, then that means there's a distinction from externally true and true. So I don't know what you're. I don't like.
Oh yeah.
How are you? What is it external from? Hello? What is it? What is it external from?
My fault. I was smoking that mono pack.
Were you puffing on Carter, bro? Is this nigga smoking?
Damn.
What is it external from, bro? Please.
Yes, bro. Yes, bro. When I say externally true, it means that it is correct conceptually. That supersedes physicality. Oh, wait a minute. Because I brought up the law of excluded middle. Now, what type of principle is the law of excluded middle?
No, stop moving on to other shit.
No. This is for the point. This is for the point. You asked me.